Bleeding again. Huh. Have a little on my finger here. I cut my finger. Apparently has a way of going breaking up all the time. Very annoying. Just in the 2 seconds. I'll just fix something. Maybe a little more than 2 seconds. Just a little plaster and. Oh well, I guess in regards of the card, it's has a little hot. It's just in the place where you normally, so it's like, so apparently it rips up. It's very annoying. That's just how it is. Let's see if I can just get a little one here. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, my nose is dripping as well, apparently. There we go. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, so I made some. I've made some chewy. This actually doesn't look bad. Haven't tasted them yet. I guess it will go a little quicker actually tasting this. I have a whole bunch of them, and these are just. I put them in the oven. I actually might have given them too long, but they're pretty dry now. This actually still seems a little more moist than the other one. Yeah, it seems a little moist inside instead of the dry ones I have here. These are just dry, and dried inside as well. It could be fun to just take, if you see here. I just totally dry inside, that's not, it's a little hard to see, but just dry. And the smell is actually, I think the smell about the oven ones are actually a lot better. Maybe not a lot better, but this seems like this, again, it's not bad, but it's the other ones that are fresh. Smells actually kind of good. It's so here we have one. It's just, it was a little weird because when they began, apparently these are not frozen like these guys, what is called freeze drying or something like that. I'm not sure how they do it, but sucks all the, as I understand it, sucks all the what's it called? Sucks all the water out of them. But these guys that I bought are pretty much the medium size of the other ones that I got. But again, when I break it open, it's still, this is really, it's not that. Well, let's try. Well, I guess it tastes a little cooked. So we'll take one more, and we'll take this one. Appetizing, right? Anyway, what won't you do for health, right? Actually, that's not bad. Actually, I could use a little ketchup. Actually, yeah, some ketchup would be nice. Sadly, there's always sugar in ketchup, right? Some ketchup would actually do fine. I haven't salted them. Actually, that's yeah, it's easy to chew them as well. So, still, looking at it, it's still somewhat, yeah, but it's not bad. One more. Nice. I think they're actually rather. I think actually it's. Yeah, it's actually. I think I could get used to this, in regards to the taste. It's It's actually, and again, the flavor is just, different than. It's like eating chips, in some sense. But again, I probably gave them a little too much, but they're not totally burnt. This looks a little black. I'm not sure if it's because of the oven or maybe it's just. As I understand it, there's a lot of legs, by the way, on the plate. It seemed like you could actually eat the legs. They're actually pretty crunchy as well. It's actually a little like chips. Yeah, crunchy. But as I understand it, they had the package. Actually, not bad. No, actually not bad. I could probably get. I could actually get used to that. I think. Some ketchup or something like that would be wonderful. Yeah, and if you're hungry, that just makes it so much more tasty, right? If you're actually hungry. So there came this thing with it. It's just like where you have these thing. It's from Belgium. And that does seems to be. It says there's a little sugar in it. The other ones doesn't say there's any sugar in it. So, but it's as I understand it, not that much. 0.9 per 100 grams. So it's not that bad. These are frozen down, but it says you need to bake them or roast them. So I baked these, and again, I'm not sure how long you actually needed to. I was a little maybe, at half, or after 20 minutes or something like that. I checked them. I just put them on 100 degrees, and then I turned it up to 150 and gave them 20 minutes more. There was kind of moist at that point. Again, I'm not sure how, it's something, they need to be minimum 75 degrees in the middle of it. And I have no idea how to actually check that, but yeah, if you just don't think about it that you're actually eating insects, that's okay. If you check that out, it's actually okay. It could be, yeah. So they talked about, that you need that's the flavor in it. That's the, again, weird flavor. And it's little, when you open them up, like, oh, this is like kind of a little moisty still. Nah, it's still, this guy, no, it's actually pretty dry. Well, it seems to be pretty easy to chew them compared to the other ones. Let's see. Let's try the other ones. Yeah, the taste is, or the smell. I don't know what you call the smell, but I don't think I'm not sure if it's the insect or the treatment they've got that make them smell like this, because these fresh ones or these that has been frozen down, actually they don't have that smell then, and it actually smell much. Yeah, this has this kind of I don't know what to call it, but it's the other ones don't have that smell. I guess it must be the treatment they have been given or something like that. It's this well, how much more crunchy, yeah, and the taste is. It's just, yeah, it's I would go with I would. I mean, it's not bad, but they are a little more, of course, a little more dry, for sure. These these in the glass, those guys, they're a little more dry. The smell is, compared to the other ones, The smell is, again, I think I guess it must be the treatment or something like that. I don't know in regards to the color if that's, it's maybe, you can't really see much difference, I guess. This is the what is it called, the one that has been frozen down, in the freezer. So when you buy them from the freezer, and you take them home. And I put one in the freezer, and I took one out in the refrigerator. I should probably have taken it out, one day before or something like that, or maybe outside. I put it in the refrigerator and should probably. Okay. So this has black eyes, I guess, because of the oven. This has more brown eyes. It's hard to see the difference, but the taste, yeah, you can just hear how it's crunchy. It's really crunchy and dry, and you can really, feel in your mouth that it's just so dry. So your water just goes into it, yeah, it's a little like small stones or something like that. This should be much more. Let's try this. Yeah, that's more. It's easier to eat. It's just a little more. It's soft. And again, if I didn't have given that, if you could probably give them less in the oven. Yeah, I would absolutely, if I wanted to have these guys. 2 seconds. I would absolutely go with these guys, these free, that has been frozen down. It is a pretty, pretty big, what shall we say, thing, compared to how many there's in them. They could have fixed the thing a lot smaller. So if you're going to get a lot of them, they will fill up your bag very, Of course, that depends of how many you. I don't know in regards to the price actually, which ones are actually cheaper. I haven't done the calculations. These cost like 75 kroners for 50 grams. And again, it's just. I guess 50 grams when you get it into the oven, that will probably lessen because there's water in those guys. The other guys, how many was there in this? That's actually 28 grams, but it actually looks like more. And that's probably because they are totally dry. There's no moisture in them. So, it could be interesting to actually have a glass and just fill it up and see, to see the difference, in regards to a package from this, and then fill a glass up and compare to see how many you would get. Yeah, I didn't count the small ones and all that, but you get around a glass of this. How many have I eaten of those? 3 or something like that. So it's up to the sticker thing, So if I could empty one of the other guys, and as I understand it, you are just able to eat these just right from the package in regards of freeze drying. I don't know, I guess one have to try. I don't know, could you eat them raw? You probably won't die if you're eating them raw. I still haven't tried these guys. And again, they smell the same thing as the other guys. So I don't think it's the insects that actually smells like this. I think it might actually be, be the procedure of the freeze that might actually be. I still need to check these guys in regards to the internet. Just want to be sure that, but it should be kosher. But it's just very, very small. But just getting used to the other ones are still, Oh, there we go. Now we have still the big ones, and again they smell the same again, it must be the freeze dry thing, and they are a little, they're a little bigger, and yeah, it's again still dry, so it's, you can still see the eyes are brownish, it seems, and they are become black, a little more black in regard to my oven thing. And again, when they were moist at some point in regards, but again, I don't know how long they need to have, or but now they're dry, pretty dry, but not as dry as the other ones. So some ketchup, some ketchup as well would do it. Would again, I haven't, they also seems to taste more as well. And again, they're not as dry. It's like maybe a pommes frites, a little like pommes frites. What is it called? Pommes frites, a little like that maybe. That's maybe why I'm thinking about ketchup. They are a little like these pommes frites or whatever they're called in English. The are they called pommes frites in English? Let's see. Pommes frites. Let's see what they call them in English. Yeah. Yeah, I think they taste a little like those French fries. It's called French fries, right? A little like French fries, actually. Just with a much more flavor. See. I can't apparently spell it in Danish either. Anyway, let's just try French fries. And we can actually just take a... let's see here. Let's see if we can find an image of it. It's like when you have the French fries, those, like this, when they are a little more, a little crunchy. I feel it's a little like that in regards of these grasshoppers. And let's just have the image again. It's a little, I think it's a little like, and that's the ketchup. These were, would be wonderful. Just, fix in the ketchup and, yeah, that would be wonderful. I think that would be really, with some really good ketchup, oh, that would be, that would just settle the case, I think. That would be really, that could be a pretty good, I think, I think that could be work. Yeah, that could work. Some good ketchup. I think ketchup would be wonderful for them. Now, usually, because of the sugar and all that, I'm usually not that in regards to the ketchup. But, some ketchup and just stick it in the ketchup and eat it. Oh, that was moist. That was, you can feel like when you, still something to get used to for sure. Going to still take a little while, I guess, but yeah. This is also a little moist in it, like it just does. The other guys, when you crunch them, it's like, it's like cracking because they're so dry. These at least are, it's still crunchy, but it's still some, it has some moisture in them. There's a lot of taste. It's a little different taste here. Maybe it's gotten a little more burnt or something like that. But I think how they there's something about I actually haven't looked that up, but they also talk about that there can be some allergic reactions in regards to some people. But they say 100% frozen, and they are blanched young grasshoppers. So I'm not sure what blanched is. Is that like, just putting them on the fire for a short while and then freezing them down? And I'm thinking, if they're already branched, I see blanchier. I see what blanchier. Not entirely sure. I guess it would be some, Oh, I was like a popcorn, sitting in the. Yeah. Oh, it was a wing. Tasty. Oh, it's like a little popcorn, the little popcorn thing when you get a popcorn in your throat. Oh, a wing. And you get it in. Let's see here. Blanchier. Okay, let's go here. I don't know, a little, I guess, if you eat just a little of these guys, I guess you don't need to, maybe you could put them on the meal on top of it or something. Or maybe you could just buy some of they have this flouring thing where they have, crunched them up to some kind of flour thing, flour. And you could maybe put a little on the food, that would be an option as well. If, to get some of the vitamins and whatever there's in them. Yeah, let's see here. As you need to ink Danish. Blanchier. Blanc. Blanc, 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 blanc. Chirede. Blanchier. Blanche, so it is blanche. Okay, blanche. Let's see what blanche is. Blanche. On the internet here. So are they cooking them for a short while or something like that? Just putting them down in hot water quickly or something like that? I thought it was like fire or something like that, but it seems like the images are like water. Let's see, blanch, make white or pale by extracting color. No, that's not. Blanching is a cooking process wherein a food, usually a vegetable or fruit, is scalded in boiling water, removed after a brief timed interval, and finally plunged into ice water or placed under cool running water to halt the cooking process. Bleaching foods helps reduce quality loss over time, and that's also something they talk about. So they keep there was something in regards that they are blanched because they keep and when they are ready, blanched and quick frozen, and by blanching them, you secure that they keep the form and the moist and the delicate umami taste or whatever. I guess that must be the same taste that is in regards of seaweed or something like that. Or isn't it a seaweed that had that taste? Use the roasted spiced insects as snacks for a glass of wine, on toppings of salad or soups, in a thing where you cook it, and wok things. Insects can be used in desserts, muesli, and cakes. Only the fantasy sets the limits. Wow. Anyway, I guess it could also be nice with some fat of some in regards of having some sugar on it. I don't know. Yeah, well, it's not bad. Again, I think French fries. I think French fries, you know? That's the thing I think. French fries. One of some of these crunchy French fries, just the flavor has just enhanced, I guess, by two or three or something like that. Compared to French fries. So, yeah, very, very flavorful for sure. Um, yeah, and there's still the taste from the other ones. These guys, yeah, it's just again, I guess I can call them up and ask them where, in regards to that flavor, if that actually comes from the procedure of this dry freezing. Because again, all the three bottles I have or whatever, of these three things that I got beforehand smells the same of this same. So I don't think it's the insects smelling like that. So I think it might actually be the procedure. And these other guys here that I bought in frozen thing, are, I do wonder if they actually have blanched them, if you could just then eat them directly from there. But I don't know. But they say that you should fix them in, to 75 degrees, in the inner core. And again, I don't know how long that would be. Yeah. Oh, that was somewhat, yeah. It's a little more chewy. It's not, what you say, it's a little more, yeah, like gummy bears, I guess, in regards of the, not like, just a little more texture in that direction when it's not totally dry. Yeah, there's pretty much flavor in them, And again, the flavor is still, French fries. I think is the closest I can get on, and it's just like 2 or 3 times more flavor compared to those French fries when they're like really, when they're, yeah. So some tomato, would really do it, Some tomato, some ketchup, ketchup would really do it, I think that would be a winner, a total winner, you would have to, yeah, that would be a total winner. It was a little more crunchy. And again, the feeds are like they're laying, there's a huge amount of feeds laying there. It's like, the feeds have just fallen off, all of them, And they're crunchy, Oh, actually not bad. Huh. Yeah, they're pretty crunchy. But they can be eaten, it seems. It's, yeah. I do feel a little. Maybe it's just because it's hot in here. I just do feel a little. I don't know if it's because of the bugs or, maybe there's some good nutrition in them. Who knows that that the body has been needing or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Do not know. But again, they say there's some good things in it. If you. In regards of your teeth and all that, so who knows? But again, the price is pretty. It's pretty much up there, 50 grams, 75 kronos. That just seems that seems somewhat expensive compared to other, if you want to eat a steak or something like that. So it doesn't seem like it's a cheap food, as such. Yeah, really interesting flavor. Here we have one where the leg is like a little, has a little leg on it. Not much, again, usually they are you know, usually they are away. Yeah. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend the frozen compared to the dried. It's not like that the dried are bad, but yeah, well, compared to these guys, I would go with the frozen. Yeah. I don't know if you could actually heat up the dried, so the frozen, what is called the freeze dried. I'll get them down at some point, for sure. But again, the smell that is there over at those freeze drive, and it's just not here. And when I took them out of the oven, and after they just they just smell actually pretty good. It's not actually not bad. Yeah. I guess you get the brain as well when you eat the head. The brain. I don't know how big the brain is actually at these animals, but yeah. But as I understand it, they are fed at some point, and then they stop feeding them, so they end up. The idea is that they poop everything out. I don't know if they actually do poop everything out, but still kosher apparently. So yeah. I was a little. I began to be be a little colder. I had to be more quick with in regards of the hotness. I guess that's like pommes frites. Yeah. When they begin to get cold, they become less interesting to eat. It was a little more crunchy. How else one with a leg? There we go. And see the leg is on it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure getting more used to it for sure. Again, I some ketchup. Some ketchup would do wonders. Yeah. Just a little, on the platter, some ketchup, and then I think it would be very nice. And just when you just take it by the tail and fix it down in the ketchup, I think would be a pretty good winner. And then you can't see the head, either. That might actually also help on getting it down. But still somewhat of still need somewhat of a little to do it, right? But it's a lot easier now than it was in the beginning for sure. Some water here. I don't know how many one can actually eat in one sitting. I'm actually already, beginning to be there, in regards of not really wanting to eat more, The flavor is really strong, and, I'm thinking I'm getting there where I, had enough already. So I'll probably, set the rest aside for until I get a little hungry again. Then I have the other frozen packets in there to try out at some point as well. I was thinking of, trying to try them before they get them into the oven to see how they taste at that point. Yeah. And I guess, you can try different things with them, see what, But this was actually pretty good. I was a little, I was thinking maybe I had given them too long in the oven. But no, it's actually pretty good, Like a graveyard of insects, you know, just laying there staring at you. Yeah. Cheers, I guess. But they didn't have them in large sizes, so they just had them in medium. I guess that's fine because the mediums are easier to eat, you know, instead of those big ones. It's just, you know, like, you know, it just seems like a easier, you know, size. And yeah. What was it in regards to last time? I think that was also more taste actually in these guys than the big ones. I remember correctly from last time I did it. And these guys from Irma, that is just frozen down, absolutely also seems to taste more than the other small ones. So you get up some steps in regards of taste. Yeah, for sure. So yeah. I would go with these guys for sure. Yeah, I think that would be not that, you know, of course you could try the dried as well, but you just yeah, I think it seems like there's, you know, I don't know in regards of money and all that, how which one is more expensive and all that. Maybe the frozen from Irma is I'm not sure. You know, get a you know, a good bunch for sure. And I'm, you know, I'm beginning to feel that I had enough. Here we have some legs, you know. Yeah, they're really crunchy, you know. That's actually pretty. I was thinking, yeah, I thought you couldn't actually eat these, but pretty easy to, you know, the legs. What does the legs taste of? That's a good question. They taste like, yeah, that's a good question. Do I? It tastes differently. That's sure, for sure. It tastes. I actually think they taste pretty good, but they taste differently. It's a little harder to find, you know, again, something to you know, compare it with. Let's try a good mouthful of them. And see if I can get a yeah, it's really hard to nail the flavor of these guys. It's yeah, it's really hard. You know, it's really differently. You know, it's so different from anything else that I've tasted in my life. After taking the salt, let's try see if we can put some salt on it. Salt use, yeah, maybe a little too much. I'm not sure it actually will stay on the, let's try. Now, it seems a little hard to get the salt on. And actually, you know, if one, you know, just some salt, you know, maybe some butter, for example, some butter, fix them in some butter and then just throw some salt on the butter. You know, maybe afterwards or something like that, like what do you call it? Fries, French fries. I don't know if maybe it's better after just soak them, the butter thing and all that, and then roast them a little, put them on the plate, and then just fix them with some salt. Yeah, that might also, work as well. But again, the flavor is very, it's very heavy. That's for sure. They and this flavor that is so different. Um, yeah, yeah, that's for sure. Well, I have some nuances. It seems a little nuances in the taste. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think I'll stop eating for now. That's still pretty good amount on the plate. Again, the salt don't stick to it, so the salt was you would need to fix the salt at the side. Um, but I think I've pretty much eaten maybe half of the bag or something like that. Yeah, and again, still good amount. I'm not sure if I can put them in the refrigerator or just letting them stay outside or what to do here. I'm pretty much dry now for sure. So, or at least most of them. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, on the road to getting to getting spot as well. Actually, that was also, but there was like it's pretty, it's a beautiful color compared to it's more yellow than the other bottles that I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's actually if you compare it to some of the other bottles that are pretty much it has some more yellowish. I'm trying to find out, but they don't really have much information on the package, I think. Anyway, well, would I recommend trying them? Well, sure, if you can find them someplace, try them out. But some ketchup, some ketchup would really, make it. I think ketchup would be. I haven't, I think it would be a really winner. So, so get some ketchup. Well, most people have some kind of ketchup, right? No? That's, it's actually not that bad. And I think you could probably get used to them. And again, if you can find a way to cook them even better, I just pretty much eat them raw to try to taste them directly how they, in regards of nothing in regards of, yeah. So I think maybe some body. I think ketchup is good with French fries, and I think that these guys would also do a really good yeah. So well, have a good one. This is by the way, it's after the Sabbath, so we are actually Sunday. So as I understand it, it's actually Shavuot. And I have bought something so I can make 2 small breads or something like that. I'm not sure if it actually needs to be it's the box or something like that, but I do feel like I'm really, I actually feel really like I want to go to bed. Oh, maybe there's something in the box. Oh yeah. I'm really feeling like a wonderful feeling, like yeah. Oh, that's nice. I do wonder if it's something in the insects, but yeah, who knows? Which actually is not a bad idea because it's actually 22, 23. But again, usually when it's night, I usually get fresh, sadly. But anyway, have a good one, all of you. I think I think I'm actually going to go to bed.